The largest oyster I had was about this big. It was good. It was rather chewy. I myself prefer a much smaller oyster. Tomales Bay Oyster Company is the oldest continually run shellfish farm in Tomales Bay. It's been here since 1909. Back then, we did have a railroad that ran kind of in our picnic area. So the farmers would harvest the oysters, put them on the train, and then the train would ship them down to Sausalito. My name is Sean O'Brien. I've been part of the Tomales Bay Oyster Company family for about 5 years now. Thank you. Everything out here is fueled by northwest winds in the springtime. That northwest wind creates a really nutrient-dense oyster environment. We get little baby oysters about the size of a penny and plant it in our oyster bags, attach them in big stringers, and then they grow. It takes about 2 years depending on the season. The special thing about golden nuggets is the location where they're grown. We grow them down here in the southern end of our farm, so they're exposed to more green algae. As they're suspended, they're being rocked constantly by the wind waves that knocks the brim of the shell, creating a more round, deep cup shape. And inside, when you open the oyster, the meat is really plump. We get our flavor from the bay itself.
Right?
The brininess, the algae, you experience that through eating oysters. I prefer a winter oyster. They have a lower salinity content and a really nice sweet flavor. During the summer, you get a softer texture as that oyster gets ready to spawn. We sell them all right here, really fresh, right out of the tanks. Our secret weapon here is our wet holding tanks. It draws water from the bay. We run it through our UV filtration system, which will actually kill any live bacteria that might be present. The oyster runs that filtered water through its system and it purges any mud, sand. Oyster picnicking has become a very popular hobby. Everybody's out here to enjoy beautiful Mother Nature, to be with their families and have a nice picnic. Majority of our customers do prefer a raw oyster. However, barbecued oysters is very popular.
She likes them grilled.
I like it when they're hot. They just kind of like, they're steamy and you open it so it's clean.
We do have an oyster bar 3.1 miles north of us called the Marshall Store. Very popular for fresh oysters, grilled, raw, Rockefeller.
It attracts a lot of people, I think, because they're so delicious. Butter comes in as soon as the oyster touches the grill. You know the oyster is done when it starts to brown around the edges. This is the famous Marshall Store barbecued oyster.
Favorite part of my job is getting to meet really interesting people from all over the world. We get people here from Italy, China, Japan, Texas, Chicago, Alaska, Mexico, France, Spain, and Rome. I don't know about Rome, actually. Just threw that one in there. Hey, if you like oysters as much as we do, you're gonna want to subscribe to the Epicurious. To epicenic culture. I forgot.
It's curious.
To Epicurious for more food.